My name is Cathy Snell. I was born in the Philippines. I was raised in Puerto Galera, Oriental Mindoro by my grandparents and studied in Manila. The greatest memories are definitely when I was growing up. I grew up in a family of 12. I was the 12th in the family. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't really like that. My grandparents actually raised me and they had 11 children and they treated me like their own, so I was like the 12th in their family. I used to play so much at the beach. We used to go to the farm that my grandfather owned. Every Saturday or Sunday we used to go to the farm and he would fire the dried leaves to make sure that the plantation of his avocado and bananas and coconuts were all good. And I was just this little girl that's following my aunties going there. I left the Philippines when my father, Cathy Snell, invited me to visit Australia and visit his family here. So I finished uni at the age of actually 19. At that time, my aunties migrated to America. So I was sort of left alone, and it was just a great timing that my dad appeared in my life again, and it all just my life changed. The first day that I arrived here was actually Christmas Day. And, my dad picked me up at the airport straight into my uncle's, his brother's house in Mosman, and we had a Christmas lunch there. And it was just very culture shock for me at that time. One of the places that I thought, this reminds me of the Philippines, were definitely the beach. So I remember Dad used to take us to Narrabeen Lake and obviously the beach in Bondi or Manly or Coogee. That it just reminded me that I used to play in the sand at the beach every day. You know, to actually diverse being Filipino and adapting here in Australia it's such an amazing part of being me. Since when I was a child, I was feeling something is not the same as them, and then when I came to Australia, of course something is also not the same because I'm not pure Australian. I was 18 when they searched for Miss Puerto Galera back home, and they chose me to present, and they chose me to present Miss Puerto Galera to compete to the entire province. So it's like Miss Sydney or Miss New South Wales competing to Miss Australia. So guess what? I won the Miss Oriental Mindoro back home. I try to keep my cultural identity here in Australia, living here in my everyday lives by respecting others, respecting my peers, respecting my colleagues, hoping and trying to be a good mother to my children. Living in Australia for the first 5 years was really, I need to prove my identity. I need to start from scratch. Why? Because I was not born here. I am very proud to say that I have been working in the bank for 12 and a half years now. Started from the bottom. I started as a teller, working my way up, and for 11 years I have been a lender, bank lender, now a mobile lender for the biggest bank in Australia. I'm very passionate as a lender. I love helping people reach their dreams of owning a home and ensuring their financial well-being. And looking back, wow, I never forget the fact that I was just once, trying to get a job here and feeling my way in. So whenever I see Filipinos coming into the bank and wanting to get a home loan or anything, any advice, I am just always there to help them. It's like bringing back to your community. It's like bringing back to my Filipino community that I'm doing. Living here is just a blessing. I would never change it any other way.